Picture this: Nir Eyal sits in a bustling coffee shop, the clatter of keyboards and chattering around him a perfect soundtrack to modern distraction. Suddenly his phone buzzes, a pulse of temptation. But instead of diving in, he flips the script, asking himself, what's really pulling me away from my plan? That moment, it cracks open the hidden forces making you chase distractions like moths to a flame. Spoiler, it's not just your phone. Let's dive into the surprising psychology Eyal exposes and how to reclaim your focus, because your life depends on it. Distraction feels like an enemy lurking in your pocket, but it's deeper. What's actually causing you to drift? The answer is more personal than you think, and it all starts with your emotions. Nir tells the story of a software engineer named Sam who kept checking his messages during meetings. It wasn't just boredom. Beneath was a gnawing anxiety about a family issue. That little buzz, it didn't distract him randomly. It offered a brief emotional escape. The catch: tracking just what pulls you away is half the battle, but that's just the start. Think of distraction like a siren's call on board a storm-tossed ship. Your mind is the captain trying to navigate, but each emotional storm, fear, stress, boredom, makes your focus wobble. These internal triggers are invisible but powerful waves. Instead of blaming your phone, the trick is learning to calm these storms so the ship sails steady. When Sam realized his phone buzz wasn't the enemy but a symptom, everything changed. He started addressing his anxiety head-on, reducing his compulsive checking. The surprising payoff: once you manage your internal triggers, external distractions lose their grip, turning what seemed unstoppable into something indistractable. You felt your day slip through your fingers, right? The plan was clear, but somehow nothing stuck. Eyal says the secret isn't just eliminating distractions, it's obsessively making time for what matters. Mindful of his racing mind, Nir created a color-coded calendar. Blue for deep work, green for breaks, red for interruptions, yellow for meetings. Each task had a slot. Unplanned moments, not allowed. This ruthless scheduling wasn't about rigidity, it was about honoring time like a VIP guest. And guess what? Productivity jumped, but so did his peace of mind. The catch: it demands commitment. Timeboxing is like building fences around wild horses. Your tasks want to roam, but you draw lines. 9 to 11 a.m. right, 11 to noon emails. These fences protect your attention. Each box signals your brain, focus here, distractions stay out. It's discipline made practical, no magic wand needed. Even with perfect scheduling, distractions nudge in. So Nir recommends traction machines, tools, and rituals that reinforce focus and block temptation. Like an app blocking social media during work blocks, or a ritual of a short meditation before starting. These aren't barriers, they're your gatekeepers guarding traction at every turn. Your environment is like a stage where your attention performs. Messy props, the constant pings and endless tabs steal the spotlight. To become indistractable, you've got to hack the entire scene. Nir recounts a colleague named Jess, whose desktop was a war zone, 30+ open tabs, notifications flashing like a strobe light. Jess decided to uninstall social media apps and moved her phone across the room during work. The immediate result? She didn't even reach for it, breaking the itch cycle. The subtlety was in making distraction impossible before it even started. Imagine your workspace as a garden. If weeds crowd your plants, they struggle. Distractions are the weeds in your mental garden. By clearing your space, physical and digital, you give your focus room to bloom. Focus zones, like a quiet corner with soft lighting and just your work essentials, nurture sustained attention. Slipping back into distracting habits? That's the brain's autopilot. But environmental tweaks, like disabling browser notifications or physical phone placement, act like a reset button. Over time, these subtle changes train your brain to default into focus mode instead of scattershot distraction. External hacks help, but they're only half the story. Eyal flips the lens inward. Your ability to manage internal impulses defines your focus muscle. Nir describes a technique where before diving into a task, you take a simple pause, 3 deep breaths, observing your urge to check the phone without acting. Like a bouncer at a club, that pause lets you decide who gets in. It's tiny but mighty, giving your brain space to say no to distraction before it sneaks in. Think of discomfort, boredom, anxiety, restlessness as a workout for your focus muscle. Instead of fleeing, Eyal advocates embracing this resistance, training your mind like a muscle. The less you give in, the stronger your focus grows. What once screamed distraction now just whispers, losing all power. Pre-commitments are your future self's bodyguards. Like setting an alarm to block social media during deep work, or telling a friend you'll call after finishing a project, you lock in your intentions. The surprising effect: your brain actually respects these boundaries, making distraction harder and focus easier. You probably blame your phone, but Eyal flips that script. Technology isn't the enemy, done right. It's your powerful ally in becoming indistractable. Nir shares the story of a writer named Ella who set up her phone with apps like Forest and Freedom to block social media during writing hours. The difference: instead of endless temptation, she got structured breaks and digital boundaries. Her workday transformed, free from the usual guilt and wasted time. The trick: using tech against itself. Most notifications scream for attention indiscriminately, but Eyal suggests flipping notifications into green lights, alerts that genuinely help you move forward, like calendar reminders or meaningful messages. It's a subtle shift from passive disruption to active assistance that keeps you on track. Imagine your focus as a game. Eyal discusses using behavioral rewards, small treats or breaks conditioned on task completion, to automate motivation. Like a Pavlovian bell, your brain begins to crave the payoff of sustained attention, making deep work a habit instead of a chore. Remember Nir in that noisy coffee shop? The buzzing phone wasn't just a nuisance. It was a mirror reflecting his inner tension. By understanding those internal triggers, scheduling every minute, hacking his environment, managing his impulses, and making tech his ally, he flipped the distraction script. Now it's your turn. Next time the urge to check your phone hits, pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself what's really tugging at your attention. That small moment is your secret weapon to becoming truly indistractable. Try it. Your future self will thank you. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.